In this story, by making sheep and wolves symbols, the author has exposed the character of politicians prevalent in the society, how they grab votes by trapping the common people in their tempting promises, and after coming to power, they forget these common people. The story Sheep and Wolves also tells us about the conspiracies of politicians and the right use of the right to vote. The leaders and their sycophants keep misleading the innocent public. Therefore, the public should be alert and cautious and use their rights. The summary of the story is as follows. Once the animals of the forest felt that they had reached that level of civilization where they should adopt a good system of governance, and for this, democracy should be established. In this way, the revolutionary change of establishing democracy came into the animal society. When the animal society thought of establishing democracy, they thought that a golden age of happiness, prosperity, and security would come in their lives, so a wave of joy ran through the animals. With the idea of establishing democracy, the sheep felt that now their fear would be dispelled. They would get laws made by their representatives that no living being should harass or kill anyone. Everyone would follow the principle of live and let live. Their society would be based on peace, brotherhood, and cooperation. In the forest region, the number of sheep and other small animals was 90%, so if democracy is established, then only sheep would rule there, and if the sheep made a law that no animal should kill anyone, then how would the wolves get food? Therefore, the wolves thought that with the establishment of democracy, a crisis had come upon them. The number of sheep in the forest region was high, and if democracy was established, then the wolves had no choice but to run away, so the jackal advised the wolves to go to the circus. The wolves were very worried about the news of democracy. They could not think of any way to save themselves from it. At such a time, when the old jackal showed them a ray of hope that he would help the wolves by making some plan, the wolves decided to listen to the old jackal. To make his plan successful, the old jackal transformed the wolf into a saint. He presented him in front of the sheep as their well-wisher and well-wisher. To make his plan successful, the old jackal changed the form of the wolf after painting his companions. After changing the form of the wolf, the old jackal advised him to remember 3 things. He should not raise his violent eyes, always look towards the ground, and not say anything, and the most important thing was that many sheep would come to the meeting and he should not attack them by mistake. To make his plan successful, the jackal colored 3 jackals in yellow, blue, and green respectively, and introduced them to the sheep in such a way that the yellow jackal is a scholar, thinker, poet, and writer, and the blue jackal was described as a leader and journalist of heaven, and the green jackal was described as a symbol of a religious guru. The old jackal was spreading the news of the arrival of a saint in the entire forest area, so sheep were present in large numbers at the meeting place to see him. But when they saw the wolf in front of them in the form of a saint, they started running away in fear. The election campaign of the wolves was conducted under the supervision of the old jackal. Using his intelligence, the old jackal created public opinion in favor of the wolves by using the 3 colored jackals. In this way, the old jackal very cleverly deceived the innocent sheep. Getting entangled in the words of the old jackal, the sheep thought that the wolf had now become a saint, and if he won the election, he would work for the welfare of the sheep. They started feeling they had no better well-wishers and well-protectors than the wolves. After winning the election, the first law made by the wolves was that every morning they should be given a soft lamb for breakfast and a whole sheep for lunch, and in the evening they should eat less for health reasons, so half a sheep should be given. Characterization of sheep. In the story Sheep and Wolves, sheep are the symbol of innocent, simple, and troubled common people. They hoped that democracy, rule of people was about to come into the jungle, where they would have development, security, and prosperity, but the opposite of their expectations happened. They get trapped in the web of words of the clever jackal and his companions. They feel that the wolf is their well-wisher and protector, so they again bring the wolves to power by giving their votes and get cheated. This is the situation of common people at present. At the time of elections, leaders cheat people by talking sweetly and become predators instead of protectors. The character of the wolf in this story is also something like this. The people whom the public considers their protectors become their predators. Characterization of wolves. Wolves are the symbol of selfish and hypocritical leaders. As the elections come near, they start pretending to be saints, great men, and philanthropists. During election campaigns, they make false promises. To attract the public, they present ideal and attractive welfare schemes in their manifestos. Some sycophants campaign vigorously and are declared victorious in the elections. After coming to power, they make rules and laws for their benefit and exploit the innocent public. Characterization of jackal. Jackal is a symbol of sycophantic people hovering around the leaders. They keep hovering around the leaders, live on their crumbs, and fulfill their selfish interests. Candidates propagate the falsehood of the leaders among the public. The old jackal represents an experienced person who knows the tricks of politics. They are well acquainted with the main problems of the public. They make them the main issue during elections and make false promises. Even today during elections, emphasis is laid on solving the main problems of water, electricity, housing, food, education, business, etc. But good results are rarely seen. Ultimately, the public is deceived.
Dear students, if you found this explanation helpful, please share this video with your friends so they can also benefit from it. I've included links to summaries of other lessons in the description. Be sure to check those out as well. For more lesson explanations, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.